believe you're stupid enough to take the stuff in the first place.
Come on, Kirsty, lighten up.
No, I can't let you drive like this. You could kill yourself.
Well, you can't stop us.
There's Stuart at your place.
No, Marge. Well, Nick's not home yet either.
He's not there. Neither of them are.
Sonia, once we remove your gallbladder, all the problems and pain associated with the stones will be gone.
Yes, I know, Doctor. It's just that I've never had a major operation before.
Graham, what's the story?
Everything should be normal.
Why is the pulse rate up then?
Mrs. McLean, time to wake up now. Come on.
What?
That's okay. You're having a bad dream.
No, I wasn't.
I wouldn't like to be around if you ever do.
No, I mean, it was more than just a bad dream. I was dreaming about something that really happened, only I'm just remembering it.
If it upsets you that much, it might be best if you try and forget about it, don't you
No,
think?
I can remember it as clear as anything. I was awake.
Just as well. Nightmares aren't much fun.
No, I don't mean I was awake just now. I mean, I was awake yesterday. I woke up during the operation.
Hey, calm down. It was just a dream.
No, it really happened. I want to talk to a doctor.
You can talk to him on rounds later. But trust me, I mean, quite a lot of patients have dreams like that after the operation. And either they think they've come out of the anesthesia or they left their bodies and floated around the ceiling.
No, this was real.
Oh, come on. We'll pop this in.
I felt the pain and I felt the needle in my arm and I could hear them talking.
You're more than likely remembering bits of the pre-med procedure. What were they saying exactly?
I don't know. I can't remember. No, it wasn't any pre-med. It was the operation.
Why not wait until your head clears a bit? And I'm sure you'll find that it was just a dream. Now, open.
All I want to know is if there are any call-outs involving teenage kids. He's checking. Where was that? What sort of car? No, well, that's not them. Ours would have been in my car, not a minibus. Nothing else? Okay. Thanks, Gary. See you later. Bye.
What was that about a minibus?
Oh, some kids hit a tree in one.
Well, that could have been them. We don't know. They might have gone off in someone else's car.
No, these kids were taken to Central. We'd have heard from the hospital if Stuart was with them.
Gary mightn't know about all the accidents.
He was manning the radio all night. Anything happened, he knows about.
Perhaps they've crashed the car in a ditch and no one's found them yet.
Oh, it's not very likely, love. Now stop upsetting yourself. They'll be all right.
Oh, pray God there's no one hurt.
Nielsen speaking.
Tom, it's Jenny. Kirsty's not answering her telephone, and I've tried every one of Nick's friends I can think of. None of them know anything.
Oh, all right. Look, there's no accidents been reported involving our kids. I think we have to assume that they've done a bit of drinking and maybe sleeping it off somewhere.
I've told Nick so many times.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, I'm sure we'll hear from them soon. We'd better get off the phone in case they're trying to get through.
I'll be at the clinic. Michael's got a busy day today, and if I'm not there, it'll be bedlam. Anyway, there's nothing I can do here.
All right. If anything happens, I'll ring you at work. Bye.
How can she go to work?
Well, I'm going, and it wouldn't be a bad idea if you did too, love. Give you something to do.
I don't want anything to do. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here until we've had some news about our son. The reception desk can take care of itself.
Excuse me.
Someone will attend to you in a moment.
Yeah, I don't think I can wait. You see, I've got an appointment with Dr. I've got his name here somewhere.
We don't work that way. You'll have to see whichever doctor's available. I'm sorry, can't pick and choose.
But this is all arranged. What's his name? Definitely Dr. something.
Well, that narrows it down. Look, why don't you take a seat? I'll tell Dr. Warner you're here.
Warner? No, that's not it. Dr. McKenna.
Oh, he's the director of the clinic. He doesn't see patients.
Doesn't he? That's interesting. I'd have thought once a doctor, he'd want to keep his hand in. Oh, I see. You thought... Well, natural mistake. No, I'm not a patient. Never been sick a day in my life.
Well, you're not a sales rep. He doesn't see them either.
God, much worse than that. I'm a journalist. But I do have an appointment for an interview.
Oh,
If you could just point me in the right direction.
an interview in the paper. Oh, sorry, I thought you were standing there looking exactly like an outpatient.
My mistake entirely.
No, it's mine. I shouldn't have jumped to confusions. Conclusions. Well, confusion's the right word this morning. We're a bit short-handed. Come on, I'll show you. It's on my way. Just down here.
We've got a couple of nurses off with the flu, but I can call someone in if you feel we need them. Alison Rayner's on standby.
Oh, no, we can manage.
Just remember you said that when things start getting chaotic. Finished in the wards.
Yeah, no problems. Oh, well, if you don't count Mrs. McLean's dream.
What exactly does that mean, nurse?
Well, she had one of those dreams where she thought she woke up on the table during the operation yesterday. She was convinced it actually happened. She was pretty upset about it, but I managed to calm her down.
What exactly did she dream?
Just that she woke up, felt the pain, heard the doctors and theatre staff talking, that kind of thing. Why, there was no problem with the op, was there?
No problem at all. Thank you. You can set up number 3.
Okay.
Might be an idea to have a quiet word with Mrs. McLean.
Yes.
Would you mind?
Would I mind cleaning up for the boys, Dr. Warner? Of course not. I do it all the time.
Naturally, I'll be as unobtrusive as possible. Keep out of everyone's way.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem. Right, well, I'll introduce you round and get someone to show you the place.
Morning, Doctor. Sorry I'm late.
Only a few minutes. Jenny Harrison, my personal secretary. Luke...
Campbell.
Oh, yes, of course.
Weekend review. Luke's here to do the article, A Day in the Life of the Clinic.
That's nice.
Yes, nice to meet you, Mrs. Harrison.
Look, I was just about to take Luke down to the staff room, introduce him around, show him the place, but now you're here, would you?
Of course. I'll just put my bag down. Michael, have there been any calls for me?
No, were you expecting one?
Well, sort of. I don't know. There's been a bit of an emergency at home. That's why I'm late.
What's the matter?
It's nothing serious. At least I hope not. It's just Nick. He went out last night with Stuart Nielsen and they haven't come home yet.
Oh, Jenny, I'm sure you're right, it's nothing serious. Look, shouldn't you be at home? I'll get a temp in for the day.
No, there's nothing I can do at home. Anyway, working gives me something to think about. But if there are any calls...
Take my pager. I'll have reception beep you.
There's no one on reception. Marjorie's at home and Kirsty's missing with the boys.
Well, I'll get someone to beep you.
All right, thanks. This way, Mr. Campbell.
Jenny, if there is any news of Nick, you'll let me know.
Of course.
Nick! 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 How'd we get here? I don't know. Man, I feel rotten. Hey, just be careful. I am being careful. Hey, watch it, man. You can have the whole car over. If it wasn't for this pole, the whole car would be over. Tell me about it. How'd we get here anyway? You've already asked me that again. I don't know. Where's Kirsty? Kirsty? She was with us. Kirsty! Oh, no, wait, nah. She's still up back in town. She took the car keys. Well, then how'd we get here? Well, she wouldn't keep asking me that. How'd we get the car stuck? I seem to remember you hot wiring it. I did that? Oh. You better remember how you did it, mate. Because the car's going to be stuck and we're going to have some pretty awkward explaining to do.
And this is where the staff spend a lot of their time when they're not on duty.
Oh, that'd be why they call it the staff room.
You might like to read these and pass them on to anyone else who's interested.
This is Carrie Burton, our charge nurse, and Jaki Manu. Mr. Campbell's doing the story for the weekend review. Oh, can you excuse me one moment?
Maybe you could start by explaining to me what a charge nurse does.
I'm sorry, I've got far more important things to do right now than talk to journalists. Nurse Manu can answer your questions as long as you don't spend too much time doing it.
No, Miss Burton. I'll show you around if you like.
I'd appreciate that.
But if the three of you went out together, you must have some idea where they went.
Well, I'm sorry, Jenny, but there was just so many people at the party, I just kind of lost track of them.
They did go to the party then.
Well, yes, but I honestly can't remember the last time I saw them. I'm afraid it was a pretty wild night.
People react in different ways to anaesthetic. We often hear about the kind of hallucinations you described.
And there's never been a single case of anyone really waking up during an operation.
Well, I couldn't swear that it's never happened, but certainly it's extremely rare. On the other hand, as I said, for a patient to imagine it, well, that's quite common.
Maybe it was just that.
I'd say the most important thing is for you to stop thinking about it. The operation's over, it was a complete success, and you should be concentrating on getting well.
Thanks. Yeah, well, maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right. Just ask any of my nurses.
Well, mainly we handle accident and emergency, but there's also the sports injuries clinic, weight control groups and AA meetings once a week.
Staff must have a pretty full workload here.
Yeah. Hardly have time to draw breath. Oh, well, that's about it. Here we are back at the staff room.
So you must be pretty healthy. You couldn't afford a lot of time off.
You're not wrong. I mean, sometimes it feels like we spend our whole life here. But the staff's a pretty dedicated bunch. I mean, they don't complain. Work comes before everything. It's as simple as that.
You said before that he would call me back this morning, and I'm still waiting. Yes, I'm sure he's busy. We're all busy. Just get him to phone me back sometime before the end of the century. Jackie, I thought you said that Alison was on standby today. I've spent half the morning on the phone trying to get a refund from that damn hotel and the other half phoning her house, but there's no answer. She's probably refusing to pick it up just to annoy me. Well, it's working.
Dr. Warner, this is Luke Campbell, the journalist.
Yeah, good. Well, if the miserable so-and-sos won't give me a refund, and if Alison refuses to see sense, I'm just going to have to take someone else away for the weekend. It's as simple as that.
I'm sorry, he's not normally so rude. He must have a lot on his mind.
Rather formed that impression. But that's good. It's good. I want to get under the skin of this place. Get a handle on the human side. Here, sit down. I'll get you a coffee.
Thanks.
It's the subtext that interests me, you see. The stresses and strains of working at the cliff face.
Cliff face?
Coal face. Whatever. In the firing line. Saving lives. Coping with death. In constant contact with sickness and disease. Sugar?
No, thanks.
I want to feel how that feels. Why don't I start with you, Jackie? How do you feel about working here?
Me? Well, how do I feel?
I suppose you think what you did was real funny. We're in so much trouble thanks to you.
Me? Trouble was I did my best to keep you out of it.
Yeah. Well, can I have my dad's car keys back?
I'm not sure you can be trusted with them after the way you both behaved last night.
Look, just give him the keys before you get us in an even worse mess. And anyway, we've got to get our story straight. We thought it'd be good if we could say we crashed at your place.
I'm not lying for you. Anyway, I already told Nick's mum I didn't know what happened to you.
Well, just give us the keys. Reckon we better say the car broke down or ran out of petrol.
It'll take a lot better story than that to be off the hook this time.
Oh, yeah? We'll see. Just give us 5 minutes to figure something out. Forget the 5 minutes, mate. Hi, Dad.
We've been up all night. Your mother's a nervous wreck worrying about you. For all we knew, you could have both been dead in a ditch somewhere.
There's a good explanation for
Yeah,
that.
I can't wait to hear it. Get on home. Kirsty, will you ring Marge and tell her they're all right?
Sure.
Thanks, love.
Do you want me to tell your mum you're here?
No way. I'll ring her from home, from a safe distance. And anyway, me and Stuart have got to check out some sort of story.
Face it, you'll never get away with it. You're both dead.
So it appears Roger Holden has been doing ENT examinations on 400 or so school kids in one hit, claiming the $25 subsidy for each one and walking away with 10 grand for a morning's work.
Are you sure about this?
I'm pretty sure. Your father and his cronies have managed to keep it under wraps until now.
I bet they have.
I wondered if you'd heard anything about Holden, any whispers on the golf course or out on the boat.
I don't socialise with my father's friends. And if I did, I wouldn't pass on that kind of information.
It's a pity. Given Sir Bruce's threats to close down the clinic, we need to keep one step ahead of him.
Not we, Michael, you. I'm not prepared to play those games.
I wish I didn't have to. Well, thanks for your time, Chris, and believe me, I do admire your resolve.
Tell my father that.
What's Bruce up to now?
Oh, the usual fire and brimstone stuff, but I think we're clean. Unless you know of any guilty secrets that I don't know of.
Nothing that springs to mind.
Any news of Nick?
Yes, apparently he was in earlier, but he kept well clear of me. The phone at home's off the hook, so he must be there. As soon as I can get away, I'll go and have a piece of him.
Well, why don't you go now? Everything's under control here.
You sure?
Sure, put your mind at rest.
All right, I will, thanks. I don't suppose... What you were just saying about Sir Bruce? No, it couldn't be.
What?
Well, there was that time when I was on the phone to the nurses' union, asking about guidelines for HIV-infected staff. I know he heard at least a part of that conversation because he made a comment about it.
Oh, I don't think he could have heard anything damaging. If he had, he'd have leaked it to the media and there'd be journalists all over the place. The guy from...
Weekend Review.
Where the hell is he?
There's an emergency on its way in now. If we wait by the ambulance bay, we'll be able to follow them through. You can see how an incoming casualty is processed.
I hope my stomach's up to it.
Oh, go on, you're a journo. You've seen worse than traffic accidents.
Sorry, I'm going to have to take Nurse Manu off you. Things are hotting up and we're a bit short-staffed this morning.
Oh, that's okay. I'll find my way around.
Can't do that, I'm afraid. Clinic policy. No unaccompanied public allowed beyond reception. You'll have to come back another time when we're not so busy.
I see. Well, when might that be?
Hard to tell. You could always leave your number at the desk and get Kirsty to call you. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Hold on. I feel like we're just getting to know each other there.
Those are the breaks, I guess.
Would you be doing anything after work?
Nothing special.
Why don't we meet up at the coffee shop? I hate not finishing a conversation.
Okay.
Good. I look forward to it.
Shortland Street, exit emergency.
Nick, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, Mum. Give me a break. I just got to sleep.
Oh, well, that's more than I've managed to do in the last 24 hours. I've been out of my mind worrying about you. And I have to find out from one of the staff that you were in at the clinic this morning. And you didn't even have the basic decency to come and tell me that you were still alive.
I reckoned you'd be busy.
What?
Well, I was going to ring you from here, but I was so buggered, I guess I kind of forgot.
But you had enough presence of mind to take the phone off the hook.
Look, I just needed some sleep.
Nick, where were you last night?
Nowhere special.
Nick, I want to know. So tell me now.
Okay, it wasn't my fault. It was this gang of bikies. And they tried to gate-crash the party, but we fought them off. And then they threw this petrol bomb through the window. Except it wasn't a petrol bomb. It was like some kind of gas canister or something. And everyone there just went right out to it, like totally comatose, you know? And we didn't start to wake up until this morning. And we couldn't remember what happened or anything. And it's all just coming back to me now. It was awful, Mum, totally awful.
You must have thought I was a complete idiot the way I carried on this morning.
Of course not.
Now, in the cold light of day and everything, I realise it must have been a dream. But it was so amazingly vivid. I mean, I dreamt I was lying there, choking and paralysed. Yeah, I remember now. I dreamt I heard one of the doctors talking about what he was going to do at the weekend.
That must have been fascinating.
Yes, he was going to Waiheke Island with some girl. You know, I even remember the girl's name in the dream. Can you imagine?
What was it? Her name?
Oh, no, I've forgotten that now. Began with an A. That's right. It was Alison.
Mrs. McLean, I think it's possible you weren't actually dreaming.
What?
It happens occasionally, very rarely with some patients. The anesthesia begins to wear off and...
Wear off? How can they let this happen?
It's certainly not intentional. Look, it's what they call an idiopathic reaction.
What's that mean? What's this idiot?
Basically, that the doctors have no idea why it happens. Look, it's something in your system perhaps eliminates a drug more quickly than normal. You start to wake up.
But I couldn't move. And I couldn't breathe.
Yes, I understand you were distressed.
Distressed? I was terrified.
You have no consideration. I mean, you must have known your dad and I'd be worried sick. Why can't you say where you were? Are you covering up for that Nick Harrison?
There is nothing to cover up, Mum. I've told you. The only reason it happened was because Kirsty took off with some guy and she forgot to leave us the keys.
What was Kirsty doing with the car keys?
I don't know. I mean, I think I dropped them and she picked them up or something. I mean, anyway, it was late. What was I going to do? Come and wake you and Dad up?
Oh, as if we wouldn't be waiting up anyway.
So Nick and I crashed at a friend's place.
What friend?
Some guy.
Oh, it sounds a very likely story to me. And if your father's half as angry with you as I am, you're in for real trouble. I'm going to go and get changed now and get ready for work.
What?
I found these pills on the floor of the car. Do you want to tell me how they got there?
Is it you or is it me? Lately I've been lost it seems. I think the change is what I need. If I'm looking for a chance or a dream, Shortland Street. Taking time to hold my place. Yesterday's another place. Just living for the times we've seen. When the writing on the wall says I'll be Shortland Street. If you want to find a way of searching for another world, it's hard to see Shortland Street.
This program was made with the help of your broadcasting fee, so you can see more of New Zealand on air.